Well, hello, school counselors and school counselors to be. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. And today we're going to be getting into another Talk It Out Week review, where I'm going to be getting into the ins and outs of my weeks, from 504s to individual counseling, small groups, even to lessons, and all of that and above. And so I'm excited to be getting into this with you guys. Hopefully you guys are excited too. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, let's get into it. It has been a busy week, and I'm excited to be able to get into this week with you guys. I actually had to write some things down, basically hitting some highlights, because there was plenty of things that I did, and I was just like, you know what, let me just write this stuff out on a sticky note, and we're just gonna go down that list. So the first thing that I had to make sure that I do this week is just get everything situated with attendance. As I shared with you guys before, I work with attendance, so anytime that my students miss a certain amount of days, then I have to make sure that I call their parents and try to set up like a tier 2 meeting, which would be me, the principal, and of course the parent or the guardian. And we kind of just talk about what's going on, and that also gives opportunity for those students to turn in, or the parents to turn in, like parent notes, doctor notes. And after that meeting, if it is that they miss any more days, then that's when it goes to truancy, or that's when it goes to court. Me and the truancy officer, we go to court, and I kind of am just there for support of the student. And also, if it is that they ever need me and maybe I have like extra information that I can give them, I'm also there to be able to do that as well. I'm actually going to be having my first court date for truancy for the students September 2nd. So I'm going to have to go there and be a part of that, along with the truancy officer, and my principal is going to be there as well. So that is what I had to work on this week. So another thing that I was able to do this week is finally get a date for a program where I talk to the students about car safety and just how to take precautions to be safe. And so it's a really good program, and we're actually going to be doing that during our related arts time. I remember last year we had one of our faculty members to wear the suit, and then they had a ranger that was there that talked to the kids, and it was a really good program. And I love also that it was a free program. Another thing that I was able to do this week was teach my kindergartners. So I really focus on school success, and so it was a superhero type of lesson that I did with the students that basically talked about how they can be everyday heroes at school. And so we talked about how we can be respectful to one another, being kind to one another, doing what we're supposed to do in class. And so that was a great lesson to do with them. And they had an opportunity to make their own like everyday hero mask, and oh my gosh, they loved it. They loved it. So that is actually something that I'm doing with kindergarten and first grade. So come next week, when I have all of my first graders, I will be doing that as well. Another thing that I was able to do was plan my small groups. So as I told you guys before, I had sent out my needs assessment. Like I talked to you guys before about sending out my needs assessment, and there I'm able to gather some names to do individual counseling, who would benefit from different like small groups. And so I was able to actually go through my needs assessment and I believe I actually received like 150 something surveys back from the parents. In fact, I'm just going to show you guys. You guys, so this is the amount of responses that I received back from the parents that filled out this survey. And so that's like half of the school. You guys, let me tell you, I'm just so proud of my parents, because this could have been such a lower number. And once you click on responses, you're able to see the percentage of people that filled out each question. That's why I think it's so important that whenever you're doing your needs assessment, that you make it a required question, depending on what kind of information you're trying to get. But I was able to see how many students need help with academics, social, emotional behavior. I also was able to see the amount of students that needs these particular small groups. So like anger management, self-esteem small group, if there are students that's going through their family's going through divorce. I might need to create a small group for that. Following directions is a big thing, so I can create lessons and or small groups for that as well. So, and what I love too is that all I have to do is go to Excel spreadsheet. You have all the responses and all the kids' names, and it's going to lay it all out for me, and I'm able to kind of just see those responses and grab those kids that needs to be grabbed. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So as you guys can see, I was able to gather everything that I need to do my small groups as well as individual counseling. So this went come the week of September, I believe 7th or September 6th. That is when I'm going to be starting my small groups. So I'm going to be doing my lunch bunch with some of my students. And I'm also going to be starting like the anger management small group, as well as doing a morning play group. Now, last year when I first came to, well, not last year, but it was, well, January 2020, I actually was part of a small group where we had students that really had some behavior issues and just had a hard time adjusting to school. And so we did this small group where about 15 minutes in the morning, we would have those students. It was probably only like maybe 4 or 5 of them. They would come in and I would talk to them on the rug and just help them to start their day. And then they're able to have their break time where they're able to go and play and engage with one another. And then maybe about a couple minutes before it's time to leave, they're back to the carpet and we're kind of just closing down the session and reminding them to come the next day and be prepared to just have a good time. And so I was able to do that. And so we're starting that again this year. And so that's going to be starting September the 7th. So I'm actually looking forward to that because I already have students that definitely needs this morning play group, and I think it's going to be a benefit. I know I shared with you guys before, one of the students that I work with continuously, they come in and they are crying. They're on the floor. They don't want to go to school. And then I would normally, they will call me, of course. I would come and get the student, and the student will come with me. We go to my room for about maybe 5 or 6 minutes, and we'll just, play a little board game or something like that. And then after that, you guys, it's like they're a brand new kid. They're ready to start their day. So I already know that that is one of my students that I am going to put in this morning play group, and I think it's going to really help. There's also another student that I work with. They were, this student was an e-learner last year. And so this is the first year that they're back since kindergarten. And right now the student comes crying every single day. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like how can I help? How can I help this student? And so I already been talking to them and kind of getting them, just kind of getting them used to being at school and everything. But I think they will also benefit from the morning play group. And if I don't put them in the morning play group, I am going to do like a lunch bunch where they can come and they can invite one of their friends to come with them. And we just, talk about school and have a good time. And it can give them something to look forward to. And another thing that I had to work with is a student that falls asleep in class. And the student's only in 1st grade, but this student really doesn't like school. And once again, this student, I'm going to also have a part of the morning play group because I feel like that's going to help liven up that student and give that student something to look forward to. But always falling asleep, and the teacher reaches out to me to see, okay, what is it that I can do? And usually I would come and try to do a check-in with that student, and it's been going well so far. Having that first talk with the student in the mornings, and kind of just letting them know that, like, I'm looking forward to, just how good of a job they're going to do that day, and the report that the teacher's going to give me back of just how well that they were able to stay up. I guess that kind of just motivated that student. And so we haven't had no issues, but still yet I'm going to go ahead and put them in that morning play group because I think it, once again, will give them something to look forward to. So that is pretty much the gist of everything that I did. I just wanted to hit some highlights of my week, and I hope that this was able to just shed some light on what you could look forward to or what you can expect when you are, working as a school counselor for my school counselors to be. And for my school counselors that are already in this profession, you guys already know how it is. One day it can be like, okay, everything's together, and then the next day is chaos. Or 1 minute you think you have a regular schedule until something breaks loose and you have to now try to put out 30 different fires. But I hope that this was able to help you guys once again and shed some light. If you guys have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.